Let's create a simple YouTube clone using Python, where we use Django for the backend and Bootstrap CSS for the frontend. With this project, you can learn a lot about Django, and this is not the complete end of the project. I will be improving this project to add YouTube shorts, community posts, and many more features in the later versions. So you can check the description below. If the video is uploaded, I will just add it to the description. Now we'll start the video by showing you the final demo of the project. This is the home page of the project and all the videos are listed. Let's go and watch a video. Now the video is starting. We can play it.
This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activity.
And we can like and dislike the video. I'll just like this. Now we have 2 likes. We can add a new comment. Now the new comment is added. Now let's go back into the home page. And let's upload a video. New video can be uploaded. We can have multiple channels under the same user. We have options to log out and create new channels in here. Then in the upload, we can choose the channel to which we want to upload the video. We can choose a video file. Also, we can choose the thumbnail for the video. And when we click on that, now the video is uploaded. Let's go and watch it. Now the video is uploaded. We can dislike it. There is an option called views, which shows the number of views of the video. Let's again go into the home page. And now we can see that number of views for each of the videos is shown, which means the project. This is how the project is. Also, I will show you the searching. When we search for something, the channels and the videos are shown. Let's go into the first channel. There is an option to subscribe and unsubscribe. Also, all the videos that come under this channel is also listed. So this is how the final project will look like. We'll start by creating a new Django project. We'll create it using the command django admin start project YouTube, which is the name of the project. With that, a folder is created or a project is created. Now we'll just cd into that folder and create a new app using python manage.py start app, and I will just name the app itself. Now we'll go into the YouTube folder, into the settings.py, and along with we'll import the OS module, import OS, and then in the installed apps list we need to add the name of the app which we created, which is app itself. And we'll go down into the static URL section. Now we need to configure the media files, that is the video files, the image files and all. So we need to create a variable called media URL, or the location where the media files are to be stored. It will be in the media folder, which will be created automatically. Now media root will be equal to, we are going to get the location of the media folder using os.path.join in the base directory in the media folder. Now the settings.py, everything is done. We'll get in the urls.py of the project. Along with including the path, we also need to include, then we need to include settings and also static. From django.configuration or conf import settings, and from django.conf.urls.static we'll import the static also. Now in the URL patterns, we'll add a new one for the app that we just created, and it will be an empty one. We'll include the URLs that come under the app that we created. That is, we are including the app.urls. Now we need to configure the static files, even though there is not static files in it, but there is media files. So we'll do that. If settings.debug, this will be done only if the debug is set to true in the settings.py. Because in production we'll set the debug to false, and we need to use some other softwares to store our images and media files. So URL patterns, to the URL patterns we are going to add a static one, which will be from the settings we get the media URL variable, and the second argument is the document root, document underscore root, which will be equal to settings.media root variable, that which one also we created. Now the urls.py is done. Let's close both of these files. Now in the app, I'm just going to create a new file called urls.py. Now from django.urls import path. Then in the URL patterns, we'll just create a home page for now. In the list, just create a new path with an empty string which is for the home, and then we'll link it to a views function, views.home. The name of the function will be home, and I'll just give it a name of home to access it in the HTML files. Because we are accessing views, we need to include that from dot import views. Now we'll get into the views.py and create the home function. Define home. For every view there should be a request passed in as a parameter. Then we'll just return render. We need to pass in the request as the first argument, and then the name of the HTML file, which will be home.html. And we are not sending any data for now. We are just rendering the HTML file. Now in the app folder, create a new folder called templates, and in that create a new file called base.html and also home.html. In the base.html, just click on shift+1, which will an exclamation mark will come. Just click enter to get a basic HTML code. Now let's change the title to YouTube, and in the body we need to add something. In here I'm just going to add a new container or a div and give it an ID of container, and then we will be extending this base.html in all the other HTML files. So in here I'm just going to create a block content. Because we are doing that, we also need to end the block, end block. Now into the body I'm just going to give a simple style. I'm going to give a black background color black. Now let's close the base.html. We'll get into the home.html, and we need to extend the base.html. Extends base.html. We need a block content, block_content, and we also need to end the block. And then between that we'll put all our HTML code. For now I'm just going to give an h1 tag and set it to home. Let's run the server using python manage.py run server. Now there is an error, block content. Maybe it will be a spelling mistake. I put an underscore which is not required. Let's run it again, and now we are not seeing the home because its color is also black. I'm just going to give it a styling of color and set the color to white, and with that we have a basic HTML rendered. With this the project setup is done. Now that we set up the project, we'll get into the authentication system. We need 3 more URLs for doing this, and one of them is for creating the user. So I'll give the URL create-user, and the views function will be create_user, and the name will also be create user itself. This name will be used in the HTML file. Now we need a URL for logging in, and the views function cannot be named just login because we'll be using a built-in function called a login. So we need to name it something else. I'll just name it custom login, and the name can be login itself. Then we want at last for the logout also. This one also we'll give it a function name of custom logout, and then the name will be logout itself. Now we need to create the views function for all those 3 paths. First we'll create the create user, and then we need to pass in the request as the argument, and we'll just pass for now. Now we need the custom login, and we need to pass in request, pass, and also the custom logout function. Now in the templates folder I'm just going to create a new HTML file. It will be for the create user, create_user.html. I will copy the content from the home.html and paste. Now this h1 tag is not required. Now I will create a div, and inside that I will just put a text of create user, and the text styling should be okay. I'll just create a style tag in here, and for the h1 tags I'm just going to give a color of white because our background is black. As default the text will also be black, so we give a color of white. Similarly for all the some other like p also we'll give a white color. Now in here we need to create a form. form, and the method will be equal to post because we are sending data from the HTML file to the database. The action will be, we need to trigger a URL that we created, which is going to be the create user URL. So we pass in URL, and inside single quotes we'll pass in the name that we gave for the URL, this name, and not this URL. It should be the name that we pass in here. We just pass in it there, and in the end we put the percentage sign again. So we'll close that, and inside that we need to, for every post request in Django, we need to do this. We need to put this line CSRF underscore token. It's for some security reasons. And then inside that we'll use a built-in form that Django provides. So we can access the form using form because we'll be sending the data from the views.py to the HTML file form.as underscore p. And then in the end we need a button of type submit in order to send the data. Type should be equal to submit, and I'll just give it a text of create user. Again, I think this one will be white in color, but let's just wait for it. Now in here a text, I'll just give a text of already have an account. Then in that case we can just redirect to the login page, and inside here I'm just going to put an a tag and give it a redirect to the login page. So again we need the URL of the login which we access using the name. So when the user clicks on this a tag, then they will be redirected to the login page. Now we'll get into the views.py and continue with the create user view. First we check if the request method is post. If request.method is equal to post, if it's post, then we get a custom default form that is available in Django. From django.contrib.auth.forms import user creation form, and also we need to import something else. From django.contrib.auth import, we need to import the authenticate function, login function, and logout function. Now this form will be the what we pass into the HTML file, and that's what we access using this form variable. So we set the form is equal to user creation form, and then it takes in an argument request.post. Now we check if the form is valid. If form.is valid, if it's valid, then we'll just create a user. That is, user is equal to form.save. We are saving the form, and then we'll call the login rebuild function. We need to pass in two arguments. One of them is request, and the next argument is the user itself. Then we'll redirect to the home page in that case. So return redirect. To do that, we need to import the redirect from the django.shortcuts. Return redirect, we'll redirect to the home page which we access by the name of the URL path that we gave. Now what if the request method is not post request? If it's a get request, in that case we'll just redirect to the, or we'll just render the text or render the form. Form is equal to user creation form. Now whatever the case is, we need to render the HTML return, create user.html. So we'll return render request is the first argument. Then we need to pass in the name of the HTML file, is create underscore user.html. Then we need to send the form data into the HTML file. So form. With this, the user creation will be done. Run the server. Let's go into the create user page, create user, and now there is a form in here. Let's enter the let's enter some name and a password, and we'll just click on this create user. Now there is a problem. The problem is because we haven't migrated it. So in the terminal we need to call the python manage.py migrate command in order to migrate everything. And to test whether the users are created, we'll create a super user to access the admin page. So python manage.py create super user, and I'll just give it a username of admin, password of something very simple, and let's just create that. Now let's run the server. Let's create the user again. click on this create user button to create a user. Let's go into the admin page and check if it is created. Now we can log in as the admin. Now we are logged in the users. There is a new user which was created from this page. Next is getting into the login. So I'll create a new HTML file called login.html for the login page. I'll just copy everything from the create user page, paste it in the login.html. Now for this we need to implement our own forms because we cannot use any built-in form. I'm just going to remove this div. I'm just going to put a form with a method of post. And then the action will be triggering the login URL. Now inside that again we need to call the CSRF token, CSRF underscore token. Then inside that I'll just create a div for the username field. In here I'm just going to give a label of username and then an input which is of the type text. Type is equal to text. And I'll give it a name of username. This name is very important because we'll be accessing this input tag in the views by using this name that we give here. Now I'll create another div and inside that I will put a new label which is for the password and an input tag which will be of the type password. Now by setting the type to password we will not be able to see what we are typing. It will be all in stars model just like for every password, and the name I will just give password. Now outside this div I'm just going to put the button to submit. Button type will be equal to submit, and then I'm just going to give it the text of login. Now I'll go into the create user, just copy this single line, paste in the login.html in here, but this time don't have an account. Then we'll just put create account here, and instead of redirecting to the login page we'll redirect to the create user page. Now let's go into the views.py and implement the custom login function. In here again we check if the request method is post. If request.method is equal to post, then we get the username which we get using the request.post, and then passing the name that we gave in the HTML inside this square bracket, and then we want to get the password also which will be equal to request.post, again the name of the input tag which will be password. Then we are logging in with the user using the authenticate function. We need to pass in request as the first argument, and then we need the username and password. Username is equal to username and password is equal to password. Now if user is not none, that is we are checking if the user exists, that is the user is available in the database. In that case we'll just log in with the user. We need to pass in request and user. Then if everything is successful, then we'll just redirect to the home page, return redirect home. And if the user is not none, that is the user doesn't exist, then we'll just redirect to the login page itself. Now what if the request method is not post? In that case we'll just render the HTML file. We'll render the login.html. Now let's try it out. There is no problem as of now. Let's reload it, go into the login page, and there is a problem in here. Let me come into the login.html, and in here I'm just going to add a label inside that. Okay, now it's visible. Let's enter the username and password. We are logged in. Now let's go and look into the admin page, and it is showing that you are authenticated as Nuzzle, which means our logging in is also working fine. The next is logging out. For this, the HTML is not needed. We just need to call a simple function which will be logout and request, or the user that is currently logged in will be logged out. In that case, we will just redirect to the home page. Now I'll just go into the logout page and we are logged out. Now let's go into the admin page and check whether Nuzzle is logged out, and it is logged out, which means the authentication system is done. Now we have set up the authentication system. Next is creating the channels. So we'll first get into the models.py and create a new class or a new model, and it will be inheriting the models.model of Django. And we need to import a custom or a built-in model from Django. From django.contrib.auth.models, we'll import the user model. This is for setting all the channels under specific user. So in order to create a channel, there should be a user a logged in user, and inside that user we create the channels. And by doing it this way, we can create multiple channels under a same user. We create a field called user, and it will be a foreign key field, and it will be of the user model that we just imported. And whenever this user model is deleted, all the channels that come under that specific model should also be deleted. So we set on delete to models.cascade. Then we want a name to the channels, which will be using the character field, and there can be maximum 100 characters for the name. Then there will be a subscribers field, which will be a many to many field, which specify that there can be many subscribers to this channel, and also this channel can subscribe to many other channels. Now again, this will be user itself, because for a single user only one subscriber will be increased when he subscribes to another channel. Let's say if a user have 5 channels and we subscribe using all the 5 channels to another channel, then to that specific channel only one subscriber will be increased, because in here we are setting it to user instead of channel, which means the subscribers will be determined using the number of users subscribed and not on the number of channels subscribed. Now a related name will be set, which is going to be subscribed underscore channels, or the channels to which this specific channel is subscribed to, subscribed channels. And then also a blank is equal to true, which specify that there is no problem even if this channel is not subscribing to anyone, and also even if there is no subscribers for this channel. Now there is going to be profile picture, which will be an image field, models.image field, and we'll set the location to which we want to upload the image to. Upload to is equal to images folder, and we also will specify a default value. Default will be equal to images slash default underscore pfp.png. Now I haven't set this image into the images folder, but I have downloaded a default profile picture image. Now in here I gave it images slash. So in the root I'm just going to create a new folder called media. The name should be exactly the same, because in the settings.py we configured this way, and inside that we need a folder called images, and to that we will just put this image into that images. Okay, now the default one is also done. Now in the end I'm just going to write a string method, define string and pass in self, and in the admin page we need to display the channel using its name and not by channel object 1, channel object 2, something like that. So that's why we are using this string method, and we'll just return self.name, or the name of the channel. Now in order to update this database to include this model, we need to call a command, which is going to be python manage.py make migrations. Now the create model channel migrations is made. Now we need to apply the migration using the migrate command. Now it's migrated, or the command is applied. Now let's run the server. Now in the admin page I'm just going to import the model from .models import channel. The admin.py is available in the app itself, and in the admin site I'm just going to register the channel model. This will allow us to control the channel model and create new objects of the model from the admin page. So channel.objects admin.site.register and then the channel. Now I'll go into the urls.py and create a new page, a dynamic URL. There will be different pages for each of the channel. It will be of the URL channel slash, first we use its username, string username, and then its ID. int pk. Now we are using two of these primary keys because there can be multiple channels under a same user. That's why we are using multiple one, or just int pk is enough. I'll just remove this part. Just the int pk is enough. Now we'll assign it to a views function and we'll call the function channel, and I'll just give the URL a name of channel. Now I'll go into the views.py and create the new view. It's going to be the channel view. We need to pass in request as a necessary argument, and then because there is a primary key also passed in the URL, there is a primary key also passed in, so we need to pass the same name in here, which is pk. Now we'll get the specific user. We'll get the user using the id. Now that's why I gave the username earlier, because we need to get the user also. I'm just going to put it back in. Going to be a string username slash int pk, so string username. Now we are getting because we added a new one there, we need to pass in the username in the as the argument after request, because that's coming directly after the channel slash. Now we get the user using the user object, so to do that we need to import that first from django.contrib.auth.models, import the user model. Now we'll get the object user.objects.get. We are going to get a specific user using the username. We are filtering it using the username. We are getting the username, user with the username of that what we pass into the search bar. Okay, now we get the specific user. Now we also need to get all the channels that come under this specific user. So channel.objects.get. We get it of all the channels that come under this user, and of the channel that has the id of pk, because there can be multiple channels under the same user. Now to use this channel we need to import that from django, from .models, import channel. Now I'm just going to render an HTML page request. I'll just render a file called channel.html, and then to the HTML file we need to send some data, and we need to send the channel variable into the HTML file. Now I'm just going to go into the templates, create a new file called channel.html, and we need to write some code in here. First I will just extend the base.html, extends base.html, and also block content. Because we are using this, we also need to end the block. Now between that I'm just going to put all the code. First I will put a basic styling. I will set the image width to 200 pixels, image width to 200 pixels, because we will be rendering the profile picture. And also because the background color is black, we need to set the text color to white. So for the h1 tag, p tag, and also the labels, I'm just going to set the color to white. Now let's create the form. So I'll create a div outside the style tag, actually it was a mistake, div, and inside that I will put an image for the profile picture. src will be equal to channel.profile_picture.url. the profile underscore picture is a field for the channel model, and if there is no image, or if we don't get the image, in that name we'll just set the alternate to the name of the channel. Now I'll create a new div, and inside that I will put a p tag, and this p tag will show the name of the channel using channel.name, and under that I will also put the number of subscribers that the channel have, channel.subscribers.count subscribers. Now the subscribers is also a field in the channel model, that's why we can access it like this. Now if the user is authenticated or logged in, then there should be a button to subscribe and unsubscribe to the channel. So we first check if the user is authenticated. If request.user.is_authenticated, if the user is authenticated or logged in, and because we are using an if statement, we also need to end the if statement. In that case I will render a form of the method post And then because we are using a Django form, we need CSRF underscore token settled for the security. And then there will be a hidden input of type hidden, whose name will be equal to the channel underscore ID. So as the name suggests, it represents the ID of the channel. We give its value to channel dot ID. Now under that, if the user is subscribed, then there should be a button that has a text unsubscribe, and if he is not already subscribed, then there should be a button with the text just subscribe. So we just check that if request dot user in channel dot subscribers dot all, if the user is subscribed to the channel, we can access it using, we can access the request dot user in channel dot subscribers dot all only because we set it to a many to many field. If we had set it to an integer field and all, we would not be able to do it this way. Now because we are using an if statement, we also need to end the if statement. And if the user is subscribed, in that case I will just render a button of the type submit. Its name will be equal to subscribe because it is for subscribing. Its value will be equal to unsubscribe because the user is already subscribed, unsubscribe. And the text I'm just going to give unsubscribe. I'm just going to copy this line. If the user is not already subscribed, that is, we check for an else condition. In that case, we'll just paste it, but this time the text will be subscribe and the value will be subscribe. Based on this value and the name, we are accessing the button state in the views function. With this HTML is done, let's get into the views and do the remaining stuff. In here, we check if the request method is post. Okay. So if request dot method is equal to post, in that case, we get the action or the value of the subscribe button. Action is equal to request dot post and then the name of the input or the button that we gave, which was subscribe. Now if the action is equal to unsubscribe or the value of the button is equal to unsubscribe, in that case we will remove the user from the channel subscribers list. Channel.subscribers.remove the specific request.user or the user that is currently logged in. And else if the action is equal to subscribe, because the action can only be unsubscribe or subscribe, so we no need to use an elif statement. Channel.subscribers.add, if the user is going, if the action is subscribed, then we are going to add the request.user to the subscribers list using channel.subscribers.add request.user. Now in the end, because we are making changes, we need to save the channel. And with this, let's just try it out. Let's go into the browser, go into the admin page, create a new channel for this user. Let's give it a name of first channel and let's subscribe it to this user. Let's just save it and the default profile picture will be set. Let's go into the channel page. Channel/username is okay. Now we are in the channel page. We are logged in as admin because in here we are in the admin page, we are logged in as admin. Let's subscribe and the subscribers increase. Let's unsubscribe, subscribers decrease. With this, that one is done. Next is the form to create the channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to the urls.py and create a new form. New URL. In here I'm just going to name it or give the domain or URL create channel, and the views function that we are going to assign is create_channel. I'll just give it a name of create-channel. Now in the views function, I'm just going to create a new function called create_channel. Define create_channel. It takes in request as an argument. And for now, I'm just going to pass. Now in the templates, create a new file called create_channel.html. Now in here, I'm just going to put a very basic form. First, we need to extend the base.html. Extends base.html. Then we want a block content, or I'll just copy everything from the channel. Just copy everything and paste it in here. I will remove everything in here. Let the styling be there itself, even though the image is not needed, so I'll just remove that. Now in here I'm just going to create a new form of the method post, and whenever we click on the submit button we want to redirect to the create channel URL. So we set the action to a URL of create channel. Now the name that we want to give in here should be the name that we give in the urls.py, should be this value and not this value. Now there is no dynamic URL, so we just need to pass in like that. And because we have an image also to be we also need to take in an image, then we will set the enc type or encryption type to multi-part form data. Now inside this form, because we are using a form, we need to use a CSRF token it again, CSRF underscore token. Now I'm just going to give an input tag of the type text. I'm just going to give it a placeholder of channel name. So this input represents the channel name, and the name will be equal to channel name. And we also need one more input of the type file, which is for the image file. It will accept an image, so accept image slash, and I'll just give it a name of channel underscore pfp. To understand that this is for the input, I'm just going to put a label in here, choose profile picture. Okay, I'm just going to also put a beer tag or break tag to go into the new line in here. And we also need a submit button, so button of the type submit, and I'll just give it a text of submit itself. And the views, we need to make changes to the create channel view. We can create the channel only if we are authenticated. So if request.user.is underscore authenticated, only authenticated if the user is logged in. In that case, we check if the request method is post. If request.method is equal to post, then we get the current user. The name of the channel is going to be request.post, and then using the name that we gave, we are accessing it using the name, which is channel name. Then we want the profile picture, which also we are accessing by the name itself, but this time we have an image file to get, so we use request.files.get, and then the name, which is going to be channel underscore pfp, the same thing that we gave in the HTML file. Now if the channel and if the name and profile picture exist only, in that case only we need to create the channel model. So if name and pfp channel is equal to channel dot, okay, we are creating a new channel object whose user is going to be request.user, or the currently logged in user. The name of the channel is going to be name, and the profile picture, profile underscore picture, is going to be pfp. Now to create that, we need to save the channel model, and in that case after creating it we will redirect to the home page using return redirect home. To use redirect, we need to first import that. So from django.shortcut, okay, we have already imported that, so we no longer need to import it again. Let's continue. And if the request method is not post, in that case we'll return render into the create channel page itself. We need to pass in request as the first argument, and then HTML file to which we need to render, which is create channel.html. Now if the user is not authenticated, in that case we'll return into the login page. So return render request, or we'll redirect, right? Return redirect into the login page. Now whatever the case be, we need to render the create channel.html. I'm just going to return render request, the name of the HTML, which is create channel.html. Now let's come in here into the home page. Let's go into the create channel page. Let's choose a channel name, new channel. Let's choose a profile picture. Let's submit it, and now let's go into the admin page, and now a new channel is created, which means the create channel is also working fine. Now the channel and everything is done. We'll get into creating the videos. First I'll go into the models.py and create a new model for the video. I'll just name the class video, and it will be inheriting from models.model. Now we want a user to upload the video. So we use the same foreign key model field that we used for the channel. So I'm just going to paste it in there. Then we need also a channel as the owner for a video. So we create a new foreign key model, foreign key field, which will be for the channel model. And whenever the channel is deleted, we want all the videos that come under that channel also to be deleted. So we set on delete is equal to models.cascade. Then we want a file for the video file. Now there is no field called video field in Django, so we need to use the file field in order to access video. So we use models.file field, and then we need to specify the path to which we need to upload it. Upload to will be equal to the videos folder. So while with this, what will happen is in the media folder, another folder called video. It's already there because I have tested it. So there a folder called video will be created. Now upload time, the date and time at which the video is uploaded. It is a date time field which will give the date and also time. Now we want to automatically add it whenever we add a new video, so we set auto now add to true. Next is title. It will be a character field, models.character field, and it can have maximum 100 characters. Then there will be a description for video, which will be a text field, models.text field. For this we need not specify the maximum length, but we can specify that there is no problem if the user doesn't provide any description. So null is equal to true and blank is equal to true, which means there is no problem if there is no description for a video. And in the end, we also need the thumbnail of the video, which is going to be a necessary field, models.image field, and we want the image to upload to not upload time, upload to images folder. And then in the end, I will just implement the str function to show the video with its title in the admin page. We will return self.title. With this, we have created the model. Now to make the changes, we need to make migrations. Python manage.py make migrations and also migrate. Now we'll go into the urls.py and create a new URL. But before that, I will go into the admin page and register the model in the admin page. So along with importing the channel, I will import the video model also, and then in here I'm just going to call admin.site.register and then the name of the model, which is video. Now we'll get into the urls.py and create a new URL for dynamic URL for each video, a new path of video, and we'll access the video using it in id, so int pk. And the views function that we want to assign it to is the video function, which will be creating, and the name of the path will be video itself. Now we'll go into the views.py and create the video view. So I'll just come on top under the channel and create the video, define video. We need to pass in request and pk because it's a dynamic URL, and for now I'm just passing it. Now we'll go into the home page and we want to render, or we want to show all the videos in the home page. Videos is equal to, we need to get it using the video model. To do that, we need to first import it from django.from.models. Now we get it video.objects.all. This gives all the objects of the video, and now we want to order it. So the video that is uploaded last should be shown first. So we set order by and then upload underscore time. In here we are setting minus upload time, which means the last uploaded video will be shown first. And in the end, we need to pass the variable into the HTML file also. So we pass the videos into the HTML file. Now we'll go into the, we'll now implement the other function. Now let's go into the video view. In here we are going to get the specific video. Video is equal to, we are filtering it, video.objects.get, not filter, because we need to just get one video, and for that we use the get function. For if there are multiple videos that we need to get, then we use filter. Then we want to filter it using the id. The id is equal to pk. Then we will render the video HTML page, which we will be creating right now. Request and then video.html. We want to send the video into the HTML file also. So video. Now in the templates, I'm just going to create one HTML file, which is for video.html. For that, I will get into the home.html and create the card for render all the videos in here. In here, I'm just going to first create a style tag, and then there will be the thumbnail will be shown in here. If we don't set a static width for the thumbnail, then based on the image dimension, the different images will have different sizes. So for now, I'm just going to give it a static width of 400 pixels, all the images. Now under this, I'm just going to create a div, and inside that a for loop for video in videos, because we are sending in all the videos into the home page. We want to filter each videos out and render them separately. Now we'll create an a tag with a redirecting to the URL of that specific video. So URL redirecting to the video page based on the ID of the video.id. And we click on the a tag for card. So inside that, I will just create an image to show the thumbnail. Its path will be video.thumbnail.url. Then if it doesn't get the image, then we'll provide an alternate value, which is going to be video.title. Now under that, I'm just going to create another div, and inside that I will put a p tag, and this p tag represents the video title, video.title. Under that, I will also put one more, which is for upload date, video.upload_time. I will also put the description, be video.description. I'll put this p tag in an h1 tag, I mean the title in an h1 tag, so that we can easily distinguish. Now in the end, because we are using a for loop, we also need to end the for loop. And yeah, that's it. Now let's try to let's just check it out. I'll come into here, refresh it. Okay, now there is nothing is shown. Let's go into the database and create new videos. First I'll go into the admin page, videos, just add a new video. Into any of the account we can add, any of the channel we can add. Let me just choose the file from the downloads. Thumbnail also I'll just choose. Save that. We'll add one more video. And I'll just upload that. Now let's go into the home page and check. Now we have two videos shown in here. There is the title, description, time upload, and also thumbnail. Now let's click on the video and check whether it works. Now we are redirected to a simple page, the second video's page. Now we need to implement that page also. Now let's get into the code again. Let's go into the video.html, and in here I'm just going to copy everything from the home page. Copy everything and paste, and I will just remove everything except the style tag. In here I'm just going to remove this. Okay, this one is also not needed, but this time I'm just going to give a color for the h1 and p tags, and I'm just going to give a white color because the background is black. Now inside a div, I'm just going to show the video using a video tag, and I'm just going to set its width to only 80%. I don't want it to be full, and then we want the controls also. Now the source of the video is going to be src is going to be video.video_file.url, because video_file is the file field for the video model, and the type is going to be video/mp4. This the video can be shown. Under that, I will also show the number of the title, description, and the upload time. So we'll go into the home.html. Just copy this, and in the home page we don't need to render the description, so I'm just deleting that. Now just copy, just paste it in here. Now let's just try it out. Let's refresh, click on this video, and now the video is rendered. There is a title, description and also the upload time, which means the video
This channel does not promote or
working
encourage any
properly.
illegal activity.
Now we need to create the video or upload the video. So I'll just go into the home page first. Go into the urls.py and create a new URL for uploading the video. I'm just going to give it a URL of upload-video, and the views function will be upload_video. I'm just going to give it a name of upload-video. I will get into the views.py and create the view function. Define upload_video. We take a request as the argument. And then for now I'm just passing it. And we should be allowed to upload video only if we are logged in. So I'll just check if the user is authenticated. If request.user is authenticated, in that case we'll get all the channels of that user, channel dot objects dot filter, because there can be multiple channels, so we are using filter. We are filtering it using the user. If user is equal to request.user. Now we are getting these channels to choose to which channel we want to upload the video, because if there is multiple channels for a single user, then he can choose to which channel he want to upload the video. That's why we are getting these channels. We want to send these channels to the HTML file. So I'm just going to return render request, and we want an HTML file to be rendered, which is going to be upload_video.html. To that we want to send the channels variable channels. Okay, but with this most okay, because we are logged in, there will not be any error. Now in the templates I'm just going to create the upload_channel upload_channel.html. Maybe not channel, actually video. Just rename that upload_video.html. Now we'll implement this one. I'm going to copy everything from the video.html, Ctrl+C. Okay. Now for this I'm just going to also add the label tag. Now we are going to, I'm just going to put a text in here, a p tag, create video. Now we want a form. We just want a form. All this div is not needed. I'm just going to delete everything. The method is going to be post, and the page that we want to redirect to is going to be the upload video page. So the action is going to be URL upload-video. And because we have we want to upload the video and images, the encryption type will be multi-part form data. Now because we are using a Django form, we want the CSRF token to be done. CSRF token. I'm just going to create a label for choosing the channel. Choose a channel, then we will use a radio input to select which channel the user want to upload the video to. So we check for channel in channels, because we are using a for loop, we want to end the for loop also. Now between that I will just put the radio input. First I will put a label, and inside that an input whose type is going to be radio, which will allow us to choose between channels. Its name is going to be video_channel, which is very important. We will access it using this, and its value is going to be channel.id. So we are just providing the default value itself, and it is a required field. Now under the L4, I'm just going to put a break tag to go into the new line, and we want a new input, and this is for choosing the video file. So input 4 is equal to, okay, it's going to, first we need to show a label, and I'm just going to give it a label of choose a video file, and under that I will put the input for the video. Input whose type is going to be file, and ID is going to be video_file. Then we want the name, which is going to be video_file itself. ID is not required, but later when we style it, maybe it's needed. Or let's just remove that. It's not needed. name is going to be video file, and then accept, you want to accept a video, so accept is equal to video slash star, and it's going to be a required field, because if there is no video, what's the use of uploading? Now we want another label, and this is for the title. It's going to put title in there. The next is input tag, and the type is going to be text. Name is going to be title itself. Name is equal to, or we'll just give video underscore title, and it's also going to be a required field. Next is another for the description label. Description. I'm just going to copy this one, but this time maybe we should use text area, because the description can be longer. So text area, whose name is going to be video underscore description, and it has 4 rows and 100 columns, so that it's a bit bigger. Rows is equal to 4 and columns is equal to 100. We just close that. It's not a required field, so we are not specifying required. Now in the end we want the thumbnail also. I'm just going to give it a label, thumbnail, and under that an input of the type file. Type is going to be file. Then we want to give it a name of video underscore thumbnail, and it will accept an image, accept image slash star. It's also a required field, so required. So in that I'm just going to break and then show the button whose type is going to be submit, to submit the form. I'm just going to give it a text of upload video. So let's just check it out. Let's go into the page, into the upload video page. And now I think there is a problem. The views.py, we'll just refresh the server. We'll just run it again. Now let's run, and now we have the place to create the video. There is a way to create a channel, choose a channel and all, and it's going to be an input channel.id. 1 minute for in here. I'm just going to set the input also, that maybe we can see the channel. Okay, now it's showing no file chosen, etc. This is a option to choose channel. Now what I am going to do is I'm just going to the admin page and create a new channel, add a new channel to this user, and let's name it second channel, and choose a profile picture, or let it be the default one. Let's say that. Now let's go into the upload video page. Now I think we are logged in as admin, that's the reason. I'm just going to log out from the admin, go into the login and login as the other user myself. The password, just login. Now let's go into the upload video, and now we have 2 options to choose, and one of them is for the first channel and this one is for the other channel. So I think the color of the text is going to give a style in here. Color is going to be white. I don't know why the color is not shown, or I'll just give it the background color, because there is no body background. Background color white. I'm just going to remove this. Now we have something like this, but the channel name is not shown. Why is that? Okay, it's a silly mistake. I just remove this background color white, and this input is okay. Let it be there. Inside this label, we need to print the channel.name. I don't know why I forgot that channel.name. Go into the browser, refresh it, and now the channel's name is shown, and we have option to choose the channel. Now we need to implement the views function also in order to upload the video. So we check if the user is authenticated. We need to check if the request method is equal to post. So in here I'm just going to check if request method is equal to post. If it's a post method request, then we get the current user, or we'll just we don't need a variable for that. The channel's ID we get, and it's going to be request.post using the name that we gave, which is video underscore channel, I guess. Let's go into the upload video and check, and it's video underscore channel itself. Now we want the video file, video underscore file. Because we need to get the file, we need to use request.files.get and then the name which we gave, video underscore file. Then we want the title, description, and thumbnail. Thumbnail is equal to request.post and then the name, which is video underscore title. We want the description, request.post video underscore description, and we also need the thumbnail. Thumbnail is going to be request.files.get. I think the name that we gave is video underscore thumbnail. Just paste it in here. Now we get all of this, and we need to check if all of this exists, because the user can fool us. And because we have specified it as a necessary required field, I don't think it's needed, but we'll just do it to just prevent the error. If channel is not needed, we need to get the channel also, right? It was my problem. It was my mistake, sorry. Channel is equal to channel.objects.get. We are filtering the channel out using the ID. ID is equal to channel underscore ID. Now we check if the channel exists, if channel and if the video file exists, and if the title exists, and also if the thumbnail exists. These are all the necessary fields. If all of these exist, then only we need to upload the video. Video is going to be, we are creating a new object of the video class. We need to pass in the user as a first argument. User is equal to request.user, and the channel is going to be channel variable. Channel is equal to channel variable that we created. Video file is going to be video file variable. Then the title is going to be title variable, description itself, and then we have the thumbnail also going to be. With this we are creating the model object. Now we need to save the model using video.save, and then we'll just redirect to the home page if the upload is successful. What if the request method is not post? In that case, we'll just render the upload HTML page. In here, I'm just going to put an else statement, else, then I'm just going to copy this, paste there, and in here, if the request is not authenticated, in that case, I'm just going to redirect to the home page. So for this if statement, we are creating this one, return redirect to the home page if the user is not, or login page if the user is not authenticated. Now let's try that out. Let's refresh and upload a video. We'll just upload to the first channel. We'll choose a video file from downloads, and the first uploaded. Okay, the text is now in black. I'm just going to just style it. The input should not be white, it should be black. Just refresh that. In here we are giving the style. Just remove that styling. Let's refresh it. Now it's black itself. Let's upload to the first channel. Let's choose a video file. First upload. Just give it a description of first uploaded video. Just the thumbnail. I will just upload the video, and now the new video is uploaded. It is showing the thumbnail, first upload, and that. Right, let's go into the video and watch it, and now that one is also working fine, which means the upload video is also complete. Now one more thing that we need to do is we need to show all the videos of a specific user in the channel page. Channel slash. In this page, you want to show all the videos of this specific user. So we need to make some changes to the channel page also. We'll go into the views.py, into the channel, and along with getting this, we need to get the video of this channel also. So we get, under this I'm just going to put videos is equal to video.objects.filter, because there can be more than one video. We filter it using the ID, and we'll just order it by, we'll order this by the upload date. The latest upload video will be shown first, upload underscore type, and then in the end we'll send that variable into the HTML also. Video. We have multiple videos, right? The videos. Now we'll go into the home page and copy the card or copy the div for that. Just copy this one. Go into the channel.html and we'll put it under here. I think we don't have any styling. For this thumbnail, I'm just going to give a separate styling. The style is going to be, width is going to be 400 pixels. Because if we don't give this, the image will be too small, because in here we are setting the image with 200 pixels. Let's go and refresh. I don't think there is any video for this channel. Let's go into the channel. Okay, it's not showing. Why is it? For video and videos, it's not getting properly. Let's go into the home page first. Just refresh it into this channel slash admin slash the admin page. There is only the thumbnail, so there is some sort of a problem. The problem is that it's a problem with our filtering. We should filter it using the channel. All the videos that have the owner, this specific channel, we need to get all those videos and not by ID. So we said channel is equal to channel. We are filtering it using the channel. So every video that comes under this channel will be shown on that page. Let's go into the browser, refresh it, and now all the 3 videos that come under this channel is shown in here. Let's click on it to reload, and to refresh the video page, and everything is working fine. Next, we are going to implement the search functionality. So in the urls.py, I will create a new URL for the searched. I will give the URL searched, and the views function is going to be views.searched. I will give the URL a name of searched itself. Now I will go into the home.html and create a form for searching. I will go on top above this form text, and I will create a new form whose action will be the searched URL. So we are going to redirect to the searched URL when we click on the submit button, and the method is going to be post. Now inside that we need to create an input for the search bar. Also we need the csrf underscore token for Django forms. I will create an input tag, and to get the search bar we will set the type to search. I will give it a placeholder of search or search videos, and the name is going to be S. This name is very important. We will be accessing it using this name in the views function. Now we also need a button to submit, so button whose type is submit, and I will give it as text of search. Now let's just now in order to test it, we need to first create the views function. So I'll go into the views.py and create a new function called search. It takes in request as an argument. Now we check if the request method is post. If request.method is equal to post, then we get the searched value from the search bar. So searched underscore value is equal to request.post, and then the name that we gave for the input, which was S. Now we get all the videos in whose title the searched value is present. Videos is equal to video.objects.filter. Title contains, title underscore contains is equal to searched value. If the searched value is contained in the title of the video, then all such videos will be stored in the videos variable. Similarly, we want to get all the channels also. Channel.objects.filter whose name contains, name underscore contains. We can use this title because title is a field of the video model and the name is a field of the channel model. Title contains, and if it's equal to the search value. Okay, there is a typo, small typo. If it's equal to the search value, so we get all the videos and channels, and then we need to render the searched.html, which we'll be creating, and to that file we also need to pass in the videos and the channels. Return render request, and then the name of the HTML file, which is going to be searched.html, and we need to send the two variables into the HTML. We need to send the videos, variable, and also we need to send the channels variable, channels. With this we are sending both of them to the HTML. Now we'll create the search.html in the templates, search.html. I'll just copy everything from the home.html, or I mean from the channel.html, because so that we can make very less changes. Just copy everything from the channel.html and paste. Okay, channel.html and paste it in here. Now we just need to make small changes. In here we don't want the subscribe button, so I'll remove that completely. And inside here I will create a for loop, because we will have multiple channels profiles, so we'll use the for loop for channel in channels, and in the end we want the end for to end the for loop. Now let's just try it out. Let's check whether there is any error. There is no error. Let's go into the browser, reload it. Okay, now we have the search bar in here. I will just search for fi, search it, and now there is a problem, name chan is not defined. Where is it? It's in the, okay, it's we just need to run it again. Python manage.py run server. Let's go into the home page. Let's search for fi again, just search it, and now we have the channel with the text in that, and also the two videos shown in here. When we click on that, we are redirecting to the video, which means the searching implementation is done. Now let's get into implementing the video views, likes and dislikes. First, in the URL, I'm just going to create 3 more URLs. One of them is for the view, video-view / indpk, which is to understand which videos view we want to increase. And we will just assign it a video_view function of the views.py, and I will give it a name of video-view itself. Now I'm just going to copy this 2 more times for the like and dislike. I'll just change the name, video dislike, and this one to video like. Here the views function will be video like and video dislike. Also the URL will be video like and dislike. Now we'll go into the views.py and just create those 3 functions. Define video_view, it takes in request and pk or primary key, and we'll just pass for now. I'll just copy that, paste it 2 more times. One of them is for the dislike and the other one is for like. Now we need to create the views, likes and dislikes field for the video model. So I'll get into the model and do that right now. We want a video underscore, or we'll just say views. View is equal to models dot many to many field itself, just like we did for the in the channel model, just like we did for the subscribers. Many to many field, and for one user there will be one view. The related name is going to be the name of the function, which is video_view, and then I will just set blank to true, because there is no problem if the video have 0 views. Now we want likes also, so I'm just going to copy this, paste it 2 more times, and I'm just going to change the name of the related name. This one is going to be video dislike and this one is going to be video like, and then the name of the field is going to be likes and dislikes. Now we'll create 3 more functions. One of them is to return the number of views, then number of likes and also number of dislikes. So define number of views, we need to pass in self, and then we'll return the self dot view dot count. This will return the number of views. Similarly, we want the number of likes and also dislikes. Define number of likes, self should be passed in, and then we'll return self dot likes dot count. And we also need the number of dislikes. And then we'll just return self dot dislikes dot count. With this, the functions are done. Now let's make migrations to make changes to the model, and we want to migrate, and also then we'll just run the server. Now we'll go into the video view and implement that. First, we can watch the video only if we are authenticated. Otherwise, it's very difficult to manage the view for unlogged for a user who is not authenticated, because in the models.py for the views we are giving it as a many-to-many field and as a user. So in order to access it, we want a user to be a part of it. Therefore, we will just allow only the authenticated users to watch the video. If request.user.is authenticated, then we get the video.objects.get using the ID, filter it out just like we did for the video view, just like we did in here, the same thing. But instead of directly going into the video, when we click on the thumbnail, we will be first redirected to the video view, and the view will be increased by 1, and then from the video view we will be redirected to the video page. With that's how we are going to be managing the views. Now we check if not video dot view dot filter. We are checking if the current user has already viewed the video. If we have already viewed the video once, then no more views will be increased. So for a user, only one view will be available. So we are checking if the video is already been viewed by the current user, request.user.id. In that case, we'll just if not, that is if the user haven't already watched the video, in that case we'll increase the number of video.view.add request.user. And if the user have already, otherwise we are just going to redirect into the video page, and we want the ID of the video, which is going to be pk is equal to pk. Now what if the user is not authenticated? In that case, we'll just redirect to the login page, return redirect login. Now I'll go into the video page, video.html, and after rendering the upload time, we'll also render the number of views. We can use the video.number of views because we have a function called number of views, and then we'll just show like this. Now let's go into the browser and refresh and test it out. For the first video, now there is 0 views. So what is the problem? Let's just check. Okay, the problem is when we in the home page, when we click on the video, we are actually redirecting to the video itself, but we want to this time redirect to the video view URL that we created. Also in the channel page also we can actually redirect to the video. So in here also I'm just going to set it to video view. Now let's go into the browser, refresh it, click on the video, and now we have 1 view increased, which means the video view is done. Now let's get into the likes and dislikes. So first let's go into the views.py and implement the like. It's actually very similar, just a little bit change is only to be made. But so first we check if the request.user is authenticated. If he is authenticated, then we get the video is equal to video.objects.get. We filter it out using the ID is equal to pk. Now we check if the person have already liked the video, right? So if not, we are checking if the video is disliked by the user. If he is not disliked, only we can like. Otherwise we should first remove the dislike and then only we will be able to like. So if not, video.dislikes.filter. If the user haven't disliked the video, ID is equal to request.user.id. In that case, we'll again check for one thing. And what we are going to check is if the user have already liked the video, because if he had liked the video, then we need to remove that like when we click on the button. And if he hadn't just liked the video, then we will need to add the like onto the video. So if video.likes.filter id is equal to request.user.id, in that case we will just remove the like. So video.likes.remove request.user, and if the user haven't already liked the video, then we will just add the like. So video.likes.add request.user. Now in the end, we are just going to redirect to the video page, return redirect, the name of the view which is video, and then we want to get the, for the dynamic URL, we want to specify the primary key also. Now if the user is not authenticated, we'll again redirect to the login page, return redirect to login page. Now I'm just going to copy this whole thing, paste in the video dislike view, but this time we are checking if not video.likes.filter. If the user haven't liked the video, then only we will be implementing the inside loop. And inside that we just check if the videos.dislikes.filter, and just change every likes to dislikes. And with that, the video dislike view is also done. Now let's go into, we need to go into the video.html and create the buttons to like and dislike video. So after this, I'm just going to create a new div, and inside that I'm just checking if the user have liked the video. So if request.user in video.likes.all, if the user have already liked the video, in that case we'll just render a link, and the link will be redirected to the liking URL. So video-like, and then we want the primary key which is video.id. So we'll redirect to that page, but this time the text on it is going to be remove like, because he have already liked it. The next time he clicks on it, the like will be removed. Now we want an else tag, and this one will be for the user who haven't yet liked it. In that case we'll just we'll again redirect to the same page itself, but this time the text on the button is not going to be remove like, but this time it is just going to be like. And in then, because we are using an if statement, we also need to end the if statement. I'm just going to copy this thing and paste it under here. Now below this I'm just going to put a p tag, and it's going to print the number of likes. So video.number_of_likes, and in here we need to make some changes. If the request.user in dislikes, video.dislikes.all, then we want to go into the video dislike view, video dislike, and in here I'm just going to change it to remove dislike, and in here it's going to be dislike. Again for this one also we want to go into the video dislike view. Now let's go into the browser, refresh it. Let's go into this video, let's click on this button, and now the like has increased, but the dislike is not going to be shown. Let's remove that, the dislike, and the like is again set to 0. I'm just going to copy this and print the number of dislikes also, dislikes, and in here it's going to be number of dislikes. Let's refresh that. Now the number of dislikes is shown. Let's first dislike it, and now one dislike is shown. Let's click on this like button, and nothing happens because we haven't yet removed the dislike. Let's remove the dislike. Now it's gone, and let's like it again, and now one like is shown, which means that dislike and like and view is also working fine. Now the views, likes, and dislikes is done. We'll get into creating the comments. Now we know that the comment, there can be multiple comments for each video, and because of that we cannot create a new field called comment for the video model, because in that case for one video only one comment is possible. But now what we are going to do is we are going to create a new model for the comment. So in the models.py I'm just going to create a new class called comment, which will be inherited from models.model. Now for each comment there will be an owner or a user. So the user field is going to be a foreign key field, it will be to the user model, and when we delete the model, the comments of that specific user should also be deleted. So we set on delete is equal to models.cascade. Now we want the time at which the comment is created. So it is a models.date time field, and whenever the comment is added, we'll just make it, or we'll just set the time of it using the auto now add is equal to true. Now we want the video to which the comment is to be posted to, so it's a file, I mean the foreign key, because the video is going to be the video is going to be the owner of the comment. In that case, the model is video, and the related name is going to be comments, because the views function name will be comments, I guess. Now on delete, when we delete the video, all the comments of the video should also be deleted. So on delete is equal to models.cascade. And also we want the description or the comment, actual comment itself, which will be the text, and it will be text field. Now in the admin page, I want to return the text, I mean the name of the user and all. I will just format it using an f string, self.user.username. The username of the poster will be shown, and after this colon, we'll just put the title of the video, self.video.title. Now we need to make migrations and apply it in order to make changes to the database. Just run python manage.py make migrations, and then python manage.py migrate. Now we'll go into the urls.py and create a new URL for the comment. So I'll create a new path, and it will be the video comment, and again there should be a primary key to understand for which video we are commenting. And I will just name the views function video underscore comment, and the name is going to be video-comment. Now we'll implement the views function. We'll just go into the views.py and create the function, define video underscore comment. We need to pass in request and pk. Now the comments can be posted only for authenticated users, so we check if the user is authenticated. If request.user.is authenticated, in that case we'll continue, and if he is not authenticated, then we'll return to the login page using return redirect login. Now if the user is authenticated, we'll first get the video using the id or pk. Video is equal to video.objects.get. we filter it out using the id is equal to pk. Now we need to write the form, or we need to write the post method code in order to post the comment. But if the comment is successful or the user is authenticated, we will just need to redirect to the video page again, video, and then the primary key is equal to pk. Now now we need to implement the post method, but before that I will go into the video.html and create the form and list all the comments. So in here I'm just going to create an h1 tag or a p tag, and I'm just going to give it a text, create a comment. Now I'm going to create a new form whose method is going to be post, and when we click on the submit button, we need to redirect to the comment URL, the video-comment, and it takes in an argument video.id. Now inside that, because we are using form, we need to set csrf underscore token. Then I will create a div, and inside that I will put a text area for the comment text. I'll give it a name of comment, and I want it to be somewhat big for a lot of text to be enclosed in it. So rows 3 and 120 columns. I will just close that. Now under that I will create the submit button of the type submit, and I will just give it a text of post. Now with this there will be a form to create the comments. I will come back into the views.py and implement that. So we check if the request method is post. If request.method is equal to post, if it's a post request, then we get the comment text using the name that we gave for the text area, which was comment, request.post comment, and then we'll create a new comment object. Comment is equal to, we need to first import that model from the models.py comment. I will come back and create that. Comment is equal to comment dot objects dot create. We are creating a new object, and its user is going to be request.user or the current authenticated user. The video is going to be the video that we created the variable, and the text is going to be the comment text. And yeah, that's it. That are the arguments that we need to provide. It's already closed. Now let's get back into the video.html and list all the comments. And here I'm just going to put a p tag and print comments, and under that I will show all the comments. First create a div, and inside that an unordered list, and inside that list we'll just loop through all the comments. So to do that, first we need to, we already have the video. In here I'm just going to loop through all the comments. So for comments, comment in video.comments.all. Because the video is a foreign key field for the comment model, we can access all the comments that come under a video using video.comments.all. And because we are using a for loop, we also need to end it. And between that, we'll list all the comments. First, we'll use a li for the list, and then inside a p tag, I'm just going to show the username first. So comment.user.username, and then after a hyphen, after a colon, then I will set the comment created at comment.created_at. Now under that I will just print the comment. Again a p tag itself, comment.text. With this the comment will be rendered. Now what if the comment there is no comment? In that case we'll just print out comment is empty. So between this for loop I'm just going to put one more condition, which is going to be empty. That is, if the comment is none, in that case we'll just put a li tag and print no comments yet. Now I think there is no error in here. Let's go into the browser, refresh it, let's go into a video, and now it is showing create a comments. I think inside this I'm just going to, instead of this li tag, I'm just going to put a p tag, because the li tag is black right now. Now let's refresh that, and now it is showing no comments yet. Let's post a comment, first comment, and post it, and now a new comment is added. It is showing admin, but to make it a little bit good looking, I'm just going to enclose this username in a strong tag and put it in here. Now let's refresh it, and now it is showing admin in a bold text. Now let's post another comment, post that, and now another comment is there, which means the comment section is also working fine. So now almost all the backend part is done. We'll get into the front end part. For this project I'm going to be using Bootstrap CSS, as I already told. So I will get into the browser and search for getbootstrap.com, and I will go into the home page itself. Just go into the home page, just into the documentation section, and now we need to copy a link. I'll just copy this one, the script tag, paste it in here, and also I want this link, and I'll just go on top and paste it in here. Now for the icons, we'll be using icons for the like and dislike button, so we need to use a CDN of Font Awesome. So search for Font Awesome CDN. Just go into this library and copy any one of these. I'll just copy the link tag, and I will just paste it on top in here. And with that, the Font Awesome is also integrated into the project. Now one more thing that we need to do is we need to create a new file called a navbar.html, because there will be the navigation bar on all the pages. So instead of writing the same code in all the HTML files, it is better to write it in a single file. Now to add this navbar to all the other pages, we need to include it in the base.html. So on top of the div, I'm just going to include navbar.html. Just close that. Now we'll get into the navbar. I will go into the browser, into the getbootstrap.com, and search for navbar. I'll come down and just copy the first one, copy to clipboard and paste. One more thing I want to do is, as of now we will be having a light mode, which is not so nice. So we want a dark mode, and to do that we'll go into the into the base.html and just remove the style part, but instead we are going to set the data-bs theme to dark. With this we'll get dark mode for everything. Now we'll go into the navbar.html and make some changes. I'll go inside this, and instead of showing navbar in here, I'm just going to show YouTube. And when we click on that, we need to redirect to the home page. So URL home. Now this button, let it be there itself. All these, let's just test it out. Let's check what is happening right now, and it's like this. So we don't want all these types. We just want this home. So I'm just going to remove everything. This search is needed. I'll just remove all these li tags, and then I'm just going to copy this home some more times, and one of them is going for my channel. Then we want upload video, or just upload is enough. And then we want new channel, to create a new channel for the user. And we also want one more, which is for logout. Now all these should be shown only for the logged in users. So we put a condition: if request.user.is authenticated, if the user is logged in, only all these should be shown. I'm just going to tab this. And what if the user is not authenticated? In that case, we'll just add a new one, which is for logging in. Just going to paste that, and this one is going to be login. Now we need to change the redirecting location. So this one is going to be to the login URL. This one is going to be to the logout URL. So I'm just going to copy this login one, paste it in there, and just change it to logout. Similarly, for the new channel, this is going to be to the create channel URL, create channel. For the upload, it's going to be to the upload video URL, upload video. And for my channel, it's going to be the channel URL. And then we have two primary keys to be done there. One of them is the username. So username is equal to request.user.username, and then the ID or primary key is equal to request.user.id. Now let's refresh it. Now there's a problem. If we have used an if statement and we haven't entered that, so in here I'm just going to end the if statement. Just place that. The end if should be inside this. Let's refresh that, and now we have something like this. Now for the search, we need to change the name of the input. As of now, there is no name. We want to give it a name of S, because that's what we gave for the other search bar. Now let's just also, we need to set the URL. In here I'm just going to set the ref, or not ref, action is equal to URL searched, and the method will be post. Let's refresh and search for something, and now there's a problem because we need CSRF token, CSRF underscore token. And now we have the searching working file. Let's go into the home page. Next is going to be styling the home page. So let's get into the home.html, and we will be using cards for the videos. So I'm just going into the browser, into Bootstrap, search for card. I'll just take this card and paste it in here. Give another div in here, and for that I'm just going to give a class of video container, because we need to store multiple cards for each. We need to store multiple cards because for each video there should be a separate card, and when we click on the card, we need to redirect to the video itself. So I'm just going to change this to a instead of a div. Similarly in here also, and I'm just going to give a redirecting to the URL video.id. Also, we don't want this styling. I'm just going to remove that. we also need to do the for loop, right? So I'm just going to cut this, paste it in here, and we want to end the for loop also. So after the tag, I'm just going to end that. I'll delete this one because it's no longer needed. This text is also not needed. Let's go into the home page, refresh. Now there is a problem, so we need to style it. So in the style section, I'm just going to remove this part, this image part. I'm just going to give the a tag a text decoration of none. Then we want to style the video container. We'll also style this card by using the class .card. I'll just give it a width of 18 rem. I don't want to style it with put the style tag in here. That's why I am setting it in here. Now we want to also style the thumbnail using card image. Now let's go and check it out. Now we have that it is styled properly. Now we want to remove this search bar, and also I'm just going to give a break or go into a new line in there. Now I think this one is good looking. Now let's click on this video and we are redirecting. Next is going to be the channel page. So I'm just going to the channel page. I'm just going to channel page and we need to style this page. So I will get into channel.html and do that. For the video, we'll use the same code from the home.html. Let's copy this and paste in the channel.html. And we want to copy the styling also. Just going to the home.html. Just copy the style. Come into the channel.html and remove this one. Let's refresh it. Now the video is all shown properly, but this image should be styled. Now this is going to be, I'm just going to give it a class of channel container, and we want to style it. Now inside the channel container, I'm just going to put a new card. So I'll just copy the same thing from here. I'm just going to remove this, or I'll just paste it under this so that we can copy stuff. For the card, I'm just going to, yeah, it's already styled, so we don't want to do that. In here, we don't want to redirect to any page, so I'm just going to delete this. Also, this can be a div because we are not redirecting. Div. For the button, I'm just going to give a class of button primary for a blue button. Class is equal to button primary, and for this subscribe button, I'm just going to give it a red button using button danger. This will give a red button, primary will give a blue button. Now let's go and refresh it. Still the image is too large. We want to remove that one, but everything else is fine. And in here, I'm just going to put a br tag 2 times for going down to 2 spaces. What also can be done is we can enclose this whole thing inside another div, and I will just delete this part to refresh. Now the button is outside, so we need to put the button inside the div. I'm going to remove this card. Now let's try, and now the button, it is shown properly. Now we just need to style the button and give it a margin. Let's paste, let's refresh. Okay, 2 is not enough. Let's give something like 10. Refresh. Now we have the button shown. Let's unsubscribe, and the color changes, which means this page styling is also done. Before doing the video, we'll go into the search page and do that, because we just need to copy paste some things. I'll go into the channel.html, just copy the whole thing, paste in the search.html, and in here what we want to do is we just need to loop through the channels. For channel in channels, and in the end we want end for, and we don't want this subscribe button in the. Let's go and check it out. Let's search for F. Now the first channel is shown, I guess. How many channels are there? We'll search for C. Now all the 3 channels are shown. Now we need to redirect to the channel when we click on that. To do that, for the card I'm just going to give a ref. To do that, we also need to change this to an A tag instead of a div. And I'm going to redirect to the channel page. We're going to be URL channel username is equal to channel dot user dot username, and the ID is going to be, or the PK is going to be channel dot ID. Let's refresh. Let's click on this and we are redirected to the channel page. Let's go into the home page. Now that page is also done, we'll do the video page. Let's click on this video and style this one. So I will go into the video.html. I'm just going to give it a class of vstack, vertical stack, align items to the center. This is going to be the class, and I'm just going to style it in here itself. Margin is going to be 20 pixels. Let's refresh that. Now it is centered properly. Now we need to do the text also. For this div, I'm just going to give a class of card sender not card sender, and also I'm just going to give it a margin of 10 pixels. Let's refresh. Okay, now it is enclosed in a card. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this like section, Control X, and paste it inside this list. Let's refresh that. Now there is a like button in here. Now we have something like this. Now all this div is done. We'll get into the next div, which is going to be showing the title, description, and created it. Let's refresh. Now we have something like this. Now there is a problem. I mean, we need to close one more div. So let's refresh that, and now we have something like this. That was the problem. Now for this like and all, we need to give it font or some icons. So for the like, I'm just going to give it an I tag inside this. Instead of this text, we'll give an I and give it a class of FA solid, which is font awesome solid, FA thumbs up. This is for liking, and if the user is already liked, then it will be a solid color. Otherwise it will be a non-colored one. Also we need to close the I tag, guys. I'm just going to copy this for the like, and this time it's not going to be solid, but it's going to be regular. Now we'll copy it for the remove dislike. Let's refresh that. Now we have something like this, and I guess the likes and dislikes should be shown below everything, or we just need to show the text. We don't want to show this. Now we have something like this. Let's add a like, and now 2 likes are there. Let's remove that. Let's add a dislike. Let's remove the dislike, which means the like, dislike and all is now next working fine. Next is going to be the comments. All these useless divide just remove. Let's just test it out. Now we have comments like this, but we want to reduce its width. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a symbol styling. Width is equal to 80%. Let's refresh it. Now it's in here. We also need to put it to the center. Margin left of 10%. For this one also we want to give it a symbol styling. Margin left of 10%. Let's refresh it. Now we have something like this. Next is the listing all the comments. Percentage. I'll refresh that. Now we have all the comments also listed. Let's add a new comment. With that, the comment video page is also done. And we also have the option to full screen it, so there's no problem. Let's get into the home page and now style all the forms. First is going to be the login page. First, let me just log out. Go into the login page. We want to style that. So I will go into the Bootstrap again, search for forms, and we'll just copy this thing. Just copy the first form. Come into the login page, login.html. I'll just paste it in here. Now this is not for email. I'm just going to change this to user or channel name. Channel name. Or is not needed. We'll give it a div class of text sender and put this it in here. Control X, paste in there, and let's go and check it out. Check the login page, and now we also need to give a symbol styling. Now let's go and refresh. Now we have the user login page in here. Next is going to be the create user page. For this we will not be using much of the Bootstrap because it is a Django built-in form. So I will go into the create user page. This is not needed. We need to style something else. I will give this ID, this div ID of main div, and we need to style the main div. For this button, I'm just going to give a class of button primary. Yeah, primary is good enough. And for this form, I'm just going to give a margin, a styling margin bottom of 20 pixels. And this one, let it be there itself. Let's go and refresh it. Now we have something like this. Now let's just log in and do the remaining pages. Okay, CSRF token is not implemented, so I'm just going to copy this, go into the login page, and inside the form I'm just going to paste that. Now we are logged in again. Next is going to be the create channel and the upload video pages. So first we'll do the create channel page. Let's go into the new channel and we need to style this. I will go into the create channel page, and this styling is not needed anymore. This form I'm just going to give it a class of mx auto. Then we want to give some custom styling. Style is going to be, width will be set to 50%. Then we want the margin top to be 10 pixels. Nothing else is going to be changed. Now inside I'll just copy from the login page, just copying this all part, and I will paste it under here. This one is going to be for the channel name, right? So I will just, channel name itself. I think there is a problem in the login page. We get channel name, but it should be username. And in here we'll just continue. The name is going to be channel name for this one. Channel name, and this input is no longer needed. Now next is going to be, we need to choose a profile picture. So this one is going to be choose profile picture, and for this the name is not going to be password, but it's the channel_pfp. We need to accept an image, so accept image /star, and the class is form control, but the type is going to be file. Okay, now the button and all will be the same. This button is not needed. Let's go and check it out. Now it is properly. We also want to remove this part. Let's remove this, and now we have something like this. We can create a channel in here. Next is the video uploading. Let's go into the upload page and make the changes. We doesn't need any custom styling. I mean, the style tag is not needed, even though there is some custom styling. And then we want to give it a class, a bootstrap class of mx auto. Now we have the CSRF token. For this label I'm just going to give a class of form label, which will allow us to choose a channel. And for the button I'll just give it a styling, a class of button primary to upload the video, blue button. Now we want to style these input tags also from these classes onwards. Class will be form control. Now let me just refresh it, and now we have much better looking cards also. With this the complete front end is also done, and the video is also done. But one thing, I will be improving this project a lot. I'll be adding YouTube shorts, community posts, a feature to like comments, reply to comments, and much better algorithm for sorting the videos, and everything of such sort will be implemented. And if you are watching this video after something like 1 month after this video is uploaded, then I think you should check the description below, because sometimes the video will be uploaded, second part of the video will be uploaded, And as of now, if you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe.